Agent Warp, Agent Hyde, a case handler by the name of Agent Foster speaks to you through speakerphone as you both sit in a car, having previously been instructed to remove your rear view mirror and set it outside. I know you know how these things work. I've heard great things about the two of you. There was an incident with a company building, Mars Corp, a friendly underground company for us. 3 of our agents were working out of the company building where they were keeping our friendlies until they could acclimate to the area. And now they're all missing, and the Mars Corp facility is empty, abandoned, like it hasn't been there for centuries, like nobody was ever there. I was in there earlier this evening, and it was fully operational. I believe Mars Corp had everything to do with this, but I'm concerned the agents may think it was us. May think going rogue is their best course of action. All we have is an address, and I'm hoping it will lead you to them, or at least give you another lead. I need you to find them, and I need you to assess the situation. If they can be talked down, that would be preferable. They are valuable to the case. If they can't, well, you've handled a rogue agent before, haven't you?
Yeah. Foster's not our first rodeo.
Good. And the line goes dead.
So bad that I'm excited. Apart from that last bit, it sounds kind of fun, right?
No, Warp. None of these are ever fun when you really think about it.
Yeah. This could be normal, just like a regular assessment, like a test.
It sounds like we're about to go talk people off the edge.
Yes.
And that's always worked out for us before. Fuck it.
But it's different. We're different. It could go differently.
It's another fucking day.
Our scene opens with a knock on the front door. Agent Cross pulls his gun, and the scene is yours.
I guess I'd put the gun behind my back, look over at Agent Wendigo.
I will pull my gun and hold it to the side. And actually, I'm going to go down the corridor where the hallway. I'm going to just hide by that hallway there, so that when you're opening the door, I have your cover. I have your 6.
I know that Peggy is unconscious, but Rose and Emily, are you like nearby so I can like kind of give you a look or something?
Probably.
Cool. I will give y'all looks. Just sort of like be ready. Is there a little hole in the door that we can look through, like a little
peephole
thing? Yeah, peephole. That's what it's called.
Yeah, there is.
I would like to look through it, please.
Okay. As Agent Cross is looking through, Zach and Eli, do you want to describe who he sees?
Sure. I think Hyde's the one banging on the door, and I haven't stopped banging on the door.
Oh no!
I'm just and I definitely have a hand on the shoulder where my gun is. I am about 6 feet tall, definitely very athletic. I'm wearing a long sleeve black shirt that's kind of bunched up at the elbows. What you can see is like what looks like Polynesian tats on one arm and what looks like a rabbit on the other arm. But yeah, I have like the sourest look on my fucking face. I'm just like banging on the door. I have dark black hair. Normally it's put up, but right now it's currently down and it's fairly long, probably a little bit past the shoulders. But yeah, just banging on the door.
Warp is standing a little bit behind Hyde, looking concerned about the volume of the knocks. They are the crunchiest granola person you've ever seen. They have, they're way shorter. I think they're like 5'3", 5'5"-ish. They're wearing overalls with a striped shirt underneath. They have dark brown hair and like micro braids, except for one that's bleached, like right behind her ear. She's carrying a spindle with her, and she has flip-up lenses that are red, and then prescription over the main ones.
Warp, I'd stand back. I don't know. These guys are, from what they said, they could be jumpy.
Well, yeah, if you knock on the door like that, but
It's not loud. It's a big ass building. I don't assume that they're just standing right behind the door.
I don't know.
Cut to Agent Cross standing right
I'm like
Yeah.
literally ear pressed against the door. I'm like, all right.
If they're scared, we should give them some time.
Yeah, or they should just open the door.
Does the door have one of those like hotel like little chain things?
Yes.
Dope. I'm gonna leave that on and then just sort of like slowly open the door and then open that sort of crack.
As he's opening the door, I'd like to slip my foot between the door space if I get any room for that.
Look down at your foot. Look up.
Hi.
Hi.
Please describe who they are seeing, Agent Cross.
You see Agent Cross. He's probably about late 30s. He looks very, very tired. He has dark circles under his eyes almost constantly. Looks malnourished, about 5'8". Just like longer hair, sort of messy, black, greasy, sort of like pushed back sort of style. He's constantly smoking a cigarette. Looks like a little bit of a wisp of a man. And he puffs on his cigarette, looks down at your foot. Can I help you?
Yeah. I think you might. I think you're the person I'm looking for. Mind opening the door?
Mind telling me why you're here?
I was sent here. Trust me, I wouldn't want to be in this shithole. So please, can we not do this melodramatic shit?
Unfortunately, I think we kind of need to. Who sent you?
The program sent me. I'm Hyde.
I'm Warp. Nice to meet you.
Warp.
Cross, I say.
Oh,
Cross.
we gonna open the door?
I'm gonna look back towards Wendigo down the hall, because I don't know if this is a good idea.
Wendigo he's got his hand on the gun, just gives a shrug. I don't know these people.
Come on, man. I've been in a plane for way too long today and been in a car for even longer.
Mm-hmm.
The last thing I want to do is this bullshit exchange that I have to do every single time.
I don't know if we need to compare who's been through worse shit right now, but
Dick measuring
if you could
suffering.
Just tell us just why are you here?
I got a call. I was told that people were in need. And now I'm here. I just do what I'm asked. Heard you're in a pinch.
Can I do Hume Int on Agent Hyde? Just kind of like, I don't know, get a like sort of insight check. Like, I don't know what's going on. It's very aggressive, and we've been through a lot of shit recently. So I'm like, I don't know about this.
Agent Hyde, aggressive? I don't know.
Yeah,
I've never seen it.
I love it, but I'm like, oh no.
I'm like looking back at Warp.
Fuck.
Maybe some key terms would help if we share some things that we know we both know. It's just nice
It's
to
a
hear a familiar
95
phrase.
over 83, so it's a fail.
I mean, aggressive is a good word.
I appreciate the need to want to hurry things along, but I think it'd be best if we talked outside. How's that?
Well, it's a little sensitive. However, if we were here to kill you, I think we've had more than enough time to start.
Yeah, I wouldn't have knocked on the door if I really wanted to put 2 bullets in you.
Yeah. We've killed at the door before. Well, not me, but
Warp.
sorry.
Come on, man.
True.
We have better places to be.
I would say I sort of nod, and I'll look down at your foot,
I slip the foot out.
and I'll shut the door, unlock it, and then open it, and just sort of gesture inside, stepping out of the way.
Great.
Come on in.
Yeah, just shove right past. Get a lay of the land.
Emily has put herself between where Rose and Peggy are. So would I be able to see the front door? Like, is there like a long hallway or whatever?
Nope, you're right here in
Or
this living room.
it's just
so
a
when
foyer?
when that front door
Okay.
opens and they walk in, you get a full view of them.
Great. So standing kind of defensively in front of a couch where 2 other women are, is Dr. Emily O'Hara. She is a woman in her 50s-ish, kind of severe looking, and she's wearing clothes that clearly do not belong to her. Like a dress shirt that is way too big, buttoned up, like a men's dress shirt, like drawstring pants and just basic tennis shoes. And she's looking very austere, perhaps is the word. And looking again back and forth at Wendigo and Cross, and she'll say to Cross, are you sure? No offense to the 2 of you. And she gestures to Warp and Hyde. We've had a bit of a day of not being able to trust certain people from the organization.
I'll just sort of give you a nod, like, I'm definitely not sure. I will, instead of having the gun behind my back, will now be in front, sort of like resting my other hand on it. Not pointing at anyone, just pointing towards the floor, but, making it known.
Ross, why are you 2 here?
And at that, as the attention moves to Rose, who do they see?
Laying on the floor, or we'll kind of sit up on the floor in front of the sofa with her body kind of blocking the woman behind her. You see a soft-looking, doe-eyed girl that's probably approaching 30. Her hair is typically, it's in a 20s style cut, but it's curly and it's kind of very frazzled right now. And she is covered in blood. Standard gray shirt that she had gotten from the organization when she was allowed to change. And that is Rose.
And for the sake of it, I know you're unconscious right now, but what does Peggy look like behind her?
No, she's sorry. So Peggy is lying on the sofa. She looks not too much older than Rose, but she's got full gray hair, and it's in like that short kind of, it was finger curls at one time, but she hasn't been able to like style it that way since she's been in the 20s. So I imagine it is like very disheveled at this point. And she's very much like pale gray skinned right now. She has a lot of blood all over her and some bandaged wounds. And there's an empty bottle of whiskey like in her hand.
It's a good thing we got here when we did. I mean, we're here to assist with the case, but what's going on? Should we be doing anything about her?
What case are you here to assist on?
Case. We heard you were in trouble, and the program sent us to assist.
Who's your handler?
Foster.
Technically, we're not even on a case right now.
Technically?
Technically.
So technically, what are you doing then?
I don't say anything.
Well, we can't help if we aren't honest with each other, right? Like we said, if we wanted to kill you, it would have happened already.
Well, you say that, but the last person who tried to kill us was quite kind to us for the first 24 hours or so. So, pardon us if we're a little skittish.
I almost succeeded.
What were you briefed on for the case?
Well, we know that there's an agent, and she takes out this notebook. Agents Pike, Cross, and Wendigo.
Wendigo steps out from behind the hallway. You see a man about 36 with a beard. He's wearing a red or maroon V-neck t-shirt and a brown jacket with jeans. He's got a gun by his side, and he introduces himself. I'm Wendigo.
I want Warp and Hyde to make a human roll.
Can I make an alertness roll, just like sizing them up since I didn't get anything human-wise?
Sure.
Cool.
That's a fail, 95 over 60.
That's a success with 7.
Ooh. So, Hyde, the moment you look at Agent Wendigo, you see... What's the best way to put this? Light in his eyes. He hasn't been here long. He hasn't been doing this for very long.
I note it, but I don't say anything about it.
I got a 59 under 70 for alertness.
Hyde's definitely bringing a military aspect to this. Very rigid, very core, very get to the point. Even how they're standing and stuff like that just screams, rigid, stern, stiff, not fucking around. They do have their hands still on their hip nearest their gun, since you are still holding yours. But Hyde is also just shifting gazes between everybody and just like internally observing and making notes for themselves.
Agent Warp, complete opposite. Very, very small. Always like fidgeting, if not spinning this in her hand, absentmindedly. And they have the only thing on them, it kind of just looks like a tool belt, but there is like something that's a little bit bigger than a hunting knife on her hip. But they are putting on a brave face, very, very nervous in the body.
Emily cannot stand the silence, and so she exits the room, and you all hear the tap run, and then a kettle go on a stovetop.
Hey.
At this point, the vet that is still standing awkwardly in this room is kind of like looking around and gathering his things and preparing to leave.
I guess, but before they arrived, when I heard the knock, I think I asked the vet, like, did you tell anyone you were coming? Did they
You
answer
did
me?
ask that. They did answer. They said they didn't
Okay,
mention it.
all right.
Rose is gonna look up as they're leaving. Thank you.
They kind of nod, and then, unless anyone stops them, they are moving to the door and exiting the house.
Yeah, I'll let them leave.
Are they also a member of the program?
Very friendly.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's so much easier that way. Good. So,
No, sorry. Just look back and forth at Wendigo and Cross. I thought they tried to get rid of us. Why are they sending more people?
We're about to have an interesting conversation. And I look at Agent Warp and Agent Hyde. I don't know if it's exactly happened to you all before, but at least to my understanding, my section, or who the people we were involved with in the program, were compromised.
Okay.
So that's why it's difficult to... I just sort of gesture at the gun in my hand.
understandable.
Yeah.
And you're all here as a direct result of that understanding?
More or less, yes.
Does anyone know where you are right now, other than us?
Well, if you know where we are, then I can assume probably more people do.
Fair.
But to my knowledge, no.
If you're not on a case, why are you here?
I'm gonna look over at Wendigo and just put out my cigarette, light another one.
Some weird things happened. The safe place we were told to take these people while we were on our case. Well, when we got back there, it wasn't there anymore. Like, it never existed. We found the address on a whiteboard and decided to follow the lead.
This is the Mars Corp building, correct?
I didn't mention the Myers Corp building, but yeah.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I'm connecting the dots. I think I mentioned we have some information.
Then yes.
Care to share some of that information? I thought you were just here to help. What
We
exactly are you here to help with?
Whatever you need help with. We were told to offer aid to you and give our collective resources over.
Yes. We know about the building that was there and now isn't, mostly. We know all of your names, and really there's just some missing details about, well, if there is a case, we're missing a considerable amount of details regarding it.
I thought Agent Foster would be able to fill you in since they were the one that assigned it in the first place.
Well, handlers, they don't like to always give off all the information, just what you need. So
True.
we're working with what we got.
And we have you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say Agent Cross just kind of like makes a loop because Adam has no fucking idea what to do.
I will also note.
I'm just gonna act like I know what I'm doing,
I
walking
will also
around.
note, Agent Cross. There's a moment where you're trying to think. You're trying to think of like what Foster even knows because you never reported in. So.
Well, I guess we came back from the house.
Yes.
We reported, and then they're like, "You're off the case."
Correct.
So we're like, cool.
So anything that happened after that, unclear.
Right.
I think.
Do you have any information about what was happening to? I gesture at the friendlies in the room. Any information on the case about that? During, after, any official orders given?
Not really. There seems to be something going on with time. And that's we're aware of some of that. But we don't have the full picture.
What year are you from?
Sorry?
What year are you from?
Oh, this year, or like the year I was born, 1986. I should say I was born in 1986.
I feel like at this point, Emily comes out with a cookie tray because there are no trays in this house, with like the coffee carafe that has tea in it and like a collection of mugs and shit, and just kind of plops it down with like milk and sugar and crap. And she says kind of to no one as she is shuffling mugs, I was born in 1894.
I think the Warp is hiding her own badly personal interest in that. That's incredible. If it's not too much to ask, can we go around and say just sort of the year we were from?
Before we go ahead and start doing that, do you have a number for Foster? I'd like to confirm things, if you don't mind.
The number that we had on the conversation, Carrie, was that a number given to us or not?
It was not given to you.
I don't have a number for Foster. Foster called us. On a burner.
Carrie, do I know if there's any way to be able to contact the handler? Or if I know if there's like any way to confirm anything? Just because, like, I don't know.
So,
like, if there's records of what they would have done with the friendlies or whatever, because I don't know. If the program is involved, maybe they would have written down that, yeah, we went and decided to kill them all, but if they're not involved, then it's like it wouldn't be on the record, so we can trust them or something.
You are ants to the program,
Yes.
and you would have no way of knowing that or figuring that out. I will tell the players that some communication might help.
All right.
Do you know how hard it is for me to be in a coma right now? I'm sorry.
Can we wake
Just,
Peggy
like,
up?
Defibrillate.
Sit up like a vampire right
Anyone
now?
have epinephrine?
Look. I'm shooting straight, and I have no reason to be knocking on a door. You know? Again. if you can tell us what is involved, what your current status in your situation is, we might be able to assist you. Whatever, like, I don't even care how you feel about the program or your situation. I just want to know what's going on and how we move forward. You know what I mean?
I feel like I look at Agent Hyde, and at least from like the rundown check before, I'm like, yeah, they seem like no bullshit. So, all right, fine. And then I'll put my gun back in my holster, and walk across the room. And
Hyde's gonna take their hand away from their hip.
What is does Wendigo put away his weapon?
Yeah, I mean, Wendigo will put it back in the back of his jeans where he usually stows it.
The long and short of it is, these people, I gesture at the friendlies in the room, but from a different time. Somehow, some of them were associated with either a Dr. Glass or a mansion of some sort or Mars Corporation. Somehow, they ended up going forward in time to about, I think it was like a couple of days ago, like a week ago, when they popped up.
3 days ago?
3 days ago? They popped up about 3 days ago. Which is also connected somehow to some sort of disease that turns people into, well, not so pretty things.
What do you mean?
And well, we don't exactly know what they are, but we know that they don't survive without their heads. Please.
Do they die on their own, or do they die of natural causes? How long do they live?
What we know is if you get scratched or cut by one of them, he sort of has a far-off look. They turn pretty quickly.
Violent?
I don't... Extremely. And something's going on with time, not just with them, but apparently with this Mars Corporation. Annabella Romstead, if you've heard the name. Any of you know Agent Fletcher?
No.
Well, I'd keep an eye out. Somehow, after we were investigating the case with the friendlies, we went to the mansion. Agent Pike somehow got lost in the house. We have no idea where or when he is. And we got thrown out of the house by something. Not by one of those monsters, by something else. We returned to Mars, our safe house. At the time, we didn't realize it. We went back to our safe house, which apparently was, didn't realize at the time, but a Mars headquarters somehow. And we were officially dismissed off of the case by Agent Foster. And apparently the friendlies were no longer required, either by Mars or the program, we don't know. But they didn't finish their scrubbing of the friendlies. They somehow escaped through some sort of mirror thing. I would sort of turn it over to them with that.
There's a clatter, probably, when you say he didn't finish the disposal or whatever. Scrubbing, yeah. She gets herself back under control, and just sort of straightens up and says, he brought us into a room with a trapdoor. I guess a disposal of some sort. We managed to pull the lever and fall into a pit. Peggy, the woman on the couch, was impaled. The rest of us We were all right, but a couple of the others were chased off by one of those creatures. There was a collection of mirrors on the walls, and one of them brought us here.
Such a polite word for it.
Fuck.
I'll rush
Where am
over
I?
with tea.
Peggy's beginning to stir awake. The bottle that's in her hand falls to the ground, and she kind of tries to start sitting up.
No.
Oh. What happened? Am I dead or alive?
You're alive.
Quite alive, Miss O'Neill.
She looks around, kind of sees that there's two new people in the room, kind of looks at Rose, goes full Irish red, looks away real quick, and then, who are they?
Good question.
I feel like I sort of look at them, look back at Peggy, and be like, apparently they're here to help. They haven't
What do
killed
you
us
mean?
yet, so I'm obliged. I'm obligated to believe them.
She thinks for a second, like she's puzzling it out. But it seems to me that if they came here for nefarious purposes, then they already know everything. And if they didn't, then they're not here for nefarious purposes. So it can't hurt to tell them what happened. It's if they're bad, they already know.
Well, we're actually in the process of doing that now.
Oh, pardon me for interrupting. I'll just go on back to sleep then.
No, if
No,
you
no,
if you were
please.
here earlier, we honestly would have gotten it through a lot quicker. So
That happens to me a lot.
we should wake you up more often.
Well, I feel like shite. But I say if they're here to help, then maybe let them.
Right.
At this point, Wendigo does pipe up a little bit. He says, there's a weird thing about this house, though. On my initial run-through, to make sure it was safe and secure, there's not a damn mirror in this house.
They ended up here. We found it through other means, and that's where we are. It's owned by some JMMF, if that rings a bell. Joshua Manuel Morrison Fredrickson. That's the clue that we have for now.
Has anyone tried to produce a mirror in this home?
We've been a little busy, and I look over at
You
Peggy.
immediately see the demeanor of the three friendlies change when you give that suggestion.
The monsters can climb into the mirrors. They can escape through them. It's confusing because some of us have said they are scared of the mirrors, and other times we see them use them, and then we have also traveled through them quite a few times, to varying results.
Wendigo gives a sharp look at his bag.
Do I catch that?
Make an alertness roll.
That's a 49 over 40.
I'll say you notice like the like sudden kind of look over, but he looks away quick enough to where you're not exactly sure what he was looking at. You notice the kind of demeanor that he has, but not quite what he's looking at.
Agent Wendigo. Yes?
Yes.
Hi. I don't want to waste further time trying to assuage you of your concerns, but if there's any evidence that helps us understand this place better, it would help us help you faster. It sounds like this is a lovely place to settle the conflict. Is that true? And is there anything in this room that would be here to help us do that?
I don't know if it's going to help or if the shit's going to hit the fan. He'll slowly go over to his duffel bag and unzip it and pull out the shard of a mirror that he took as evidence.
Lovely. Is it covered in like blood or anything, or?
I don't believe so.
There's an
It's
alien on the end of it.
it's a piece of the mirror, right?
And as that's being taken out and as you're looking at it, let me ask the survivors, what is your reaction to this?
I tense up and kind of lean back into the sofa, like pushing as much of my body against Peggy without actually putting weight on her.
And Peggy she can't move still a lot, but would have wrapped a protective arm around Rose, but also would not be able to look at the shard.
Emily stands again in front of the other two, but she begins wringing her hands very tensely and is looking in the direction of the shard, but kind of like around it, keeping it in her periphery, but not at it.
And these reactions are loudly noticeable to the rest of you.
Wendigo is going to take the shard and bring it over to Agent Warp. I hand it over. I think there's something to do with the glass. I don't know if they can travel through them. When we were fighting the, I don't know, mutation monster, whatever, we noticed that they were trying to clutch at the rearview mirror in Cross's car. Like they were trying to get through to somewhere else. I picked this up wondering if it had anything to do with it.
All I know is I walked into a mansion in April of 1922, and every time I've looked into a mirror since then, something terrible has happened, or I've seen something awful, like a ghost or demon or some sort of haunting from my past.
As Peggy is saying this, Agent Warp, I would like for you to make a sanity roll for me.
No, sorry.
Ow!
No.
Stop it.
I've got so
Get
much
this
of
party
that. Don't
started.
even worry.
We're
Don't
just
even worry.
talking. We're just talking.
He's scary.
What is...
So that is a fail. The 56 over 38.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So you are like studying this shard of glass, and you are kind of like moving it in your hands, trying to see what might be so special about it. And as Peggy is talking, you're beginning to realize that as you're moving it and as you're shifting it, it's not reflecting what's in this room. And as you're realizing that, you look up at the ceiling, and what you're seeing in here is not the ceiling. It's darker, it's earthy, it's a cave. And you're shifting it around even more, and you see the walls of a cave all around you. Let me ask, do you keep this facing away from yourself, or do you aim it at yourself?
Ooh. I think I keep it away from myself. But if I have like a compact or something, I will try to stare into it from the side or maybe through another object, like another slightly reflective object, like the back of my phone or something.
Okay. So you're being cautious not to like aim it directly at you, and you immediately reach into your pocket and pull something else out to kind of try to look, and
yeah.
You're seeing the cave, you're not sure what the light source is, but like the cave itself isn't dark, and you're trying to figure out what is creating this light source, and by the time you're realizing that it's you, it's this room, it's the light in this room that's creating the light source. There's this moment where they line up just right, and all you see is an eye come into view before you drop both of them, and they fall down onto the floor.
What was that?
It's an eye. How big was the eye? Like a normal?
It definitely didn't. It looks like it maybe once was a person. You see sort of more wrinkled, old, like leathery skin around it, and the pupil was taking up most of the iris.
That there's somebody in there. There's someone in a cave. There's a cave.
Emily steps away immediately.
Some
of us were in a cave. Emily was the only one who made it out of that location that's still with us.
Sorry, I didn't mean to upset you.
He is out of the room, and you hear the water turn on in the sink.
Carrie.
There seemed to be. Go ahead.
Does at least from the peripheries of the glass shard, does the cave look like the cave in underneath the Mars building, or like different episode cave?
Agent Cross looks at the mirror and doesn't see anything weird.
Fuck. Everything looks fine.
If Wendigo looks down at the mirror that was just dropped, would he see anything?
Nope.
Okay.
You saw something just now.
Yeah. No, there was a cave, but our reality was interacting with whatever reality is in this mirror. The light of the room was reflecting into the cave. If we could funnel enough light, I mean, I wonder what else could travel through it without shattering the mirror.
I hadn't thought about light. We have seen similar things, not just in mirrors, but in paintings that seem to be alive, seem to be depicting another time, even with people that we know in them. And there's multiple different places and times that seem to be connected. And we thought this was all some sort of mystery that this program was trying to solve, but it seems like there's someone who not only knew about it already, but is trying to perpetuate it. We thought it had to do with Mars Corporation, but I hadn't thought about looking into the other location while still being here and using light. That's an intriguing idea.
Well, it might not be beneficial for the continuation of this assessment if I'm the one to do it, but I am absolutely willing to help us try again.
And at this point, all of you are surprised to hear the front door open.
I shoot.
I draw my gun.
Yeah, we all draw.
Immediately drawing weapons.
Nerf gun.
Immediately drawing weapons. All right, so that's good because the person entering this house is also immediately drawing weapons. As the front door opens, you see a dark suit, slicked back white hair. You see Jeremiah Fletcher walking in, gun in hand, already coming up as you all are drawing your guns. And now we get to immediately enter combat.
I can't do anything.
Let's go.
Well, we're fucking ready to go. How do we do this again?
Harry, what's the layout of the kitchen again?
How do I exit?
No, how do
How
I
do we get the
stab
hell outta
him
here?
by surprise with
Yeah.
a butcher knife?
The
Surprise
kitchen is
stab.
right inside.
I forgot I have a conflict for tonight, so I have to.
I actually have to go right now.
I was turned into a cow. Can I go?
I
home?
looked into a mirror and I saw a hole. I have to go. I don't know.
You're excused.
To go to church.
It's way past my bedtime. That's not even untrue. Bye.
Hyde gets to act first, which is awesome.
Yes.
So, Hyde, what would you like to do?
Has Fletcher cleared the door or is still in the door frame?
Seemed to be aware that people were inside the house and is pushing in through the door. So he has made it into the house and is in the process of bringing up the gun.
I want to no hesitate tackle this fool since he probably did not see me. And
Okay.
at least in a way to try to push the gun up, so if he attempts to fire at the same time, he's firing to the ceiling. But I'm trying to knock him over and get him off of his feet.
I love that. What are you wanting to roll for that?
Probably my unarmed combat.
Okay.
Success with a 57 out of 60.
You are successful. You are grabbing onto his arm and pushing the gun up toward the ceiling. It actually fires, you hear it fire into the ceiling.
Is there
Blink
any way I
twice.
can try to
Okay, that's not true. It just depends on
close
how
the
you're
door in this
saying it.
scuffle?
I will
That's
say,
true.
I will give you a choice. You can let go of Agent Fletcher's arm to close the door, or you can keep his gun aimed towards the ceiling.
Fuck.
Choices.
Him with his gun currently is the most current threat, so I'm going to maintain it. But if there's any way I can alert somebody else with a weapon to in the process, there's two more outside.
Cool.
Yeah, so just shouting,
Got it.
2 more outside. And now it is my turn. So,
Oh no.
No.
like I said, the gun fires into the ceiling, and Fletcher, while you're holding the arm up, just brings up an elbow and goes to slam it down just right into your face, just trying to shove you away. Oh, with an 84, that's not gonna do it. So what does that failure look like? Do you do anything to kind of hinder that?
If he tries to elbow me, okay, I'm trying to visualize what he's doing. If he's trying to elbow me, if I can just duck under and maybe counter crack him in the face with my head,
Hell yeah.
then I'm gonna do that. Yeah. So I'm just slip
Fantastic.
underneath it and just crack him in the face.
And let me ask you, Agent Hyde, have you headbutted people in the face before?
Oh yeah.
Great, then you get another message.
What?
I don't know what's worse, the secret or the anticipation of the secret.
I know. It's like those little dots, dot, 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 dot. Just type. Just hit enter.
Just tell me
Headbutt.
already.
Not good.
I did not like that facial expression journey that just happened.
Definitely not. Definitely not. Definitely not good.
I don't know what that means, but I don't like it.
So there is this immediate altercation that the rest of you get to see for 2 seconds as Fletcher bursts through this door and Hyde is on him immediately, pushing the gun up into the air. The gun fires, an elbow swings down but just misses, just gets air as Hyde just ducks underneath and then headbutts. And then you just see this look on Agent Hyde's face. And then the 2 other people are coming through the door.
No.
I'll say there's not enough room for both of them to get into the doorway at the same time. So one walks through the doorway and you see black suit, white slick back hair. You see Jeremiah Fletcher.
What?
Oh no. No! Clones!
And he raises his gun, firing at Agent
Yeah.
Cross.
Yeah. What can I do with that?
You
No.
can give up your turn to dodge.
Okay,
You
well,
can roll.
Die.
do I wait and see if they hit me, or like, what do I do?
I will hit you.
Oh no. I'll fucking yeah. I gotta try to dodge.
Okay.
So I just have to like, I guess, roll a success under my dodge skill or whatever.
Yeah.
Is that cool? I'm probably gonna fail. Yep, I sure do. That's a hot 88.
Okay.
See you guys later. Oh, okay.
You are going to take 4 points of damage. As
Okay.
the gun is brought in so quickly, you go to like try to dive out of the way, but I'm gonna say you step on that wonderful little glass shard that has been dropped
Ouchie.
onto the floor, and it just hinders you just enough as your foot just slides on it that you didn't get the force that you wanted to dive out of the way. The bullet rips through. It probably, let's see, what is your how many hit points do you have total?
Total 12. I had 10. So
Okay.
as now I have 6.
I'm gonna say that's probably like a decent like shoulder wound. Then we'll say it rips through your shoulder and you kind of stumble backwards, kind of like propping yourself up on the couch for a moment as the bullet hits you. And after that shot, he keeps the gun trained on you. And that is my turn. So, Rose and Warp. I find it very fitting that you're going at the same time.
Yeah. I think Warp is thinking about the injured people in the room and just like gets up like Jimmy Buffett in the Jurassic Park commercial, like with her tea and just like, and moves towards Peggy. And is just trying to be like, can you stand? We should probably hide behind a wall somewhere. Huh? And is moving them away from the gunshots.
Peggy said that she dropped the whiskey bottle in front of the couch on the floor. I'm gonna immediately grab that and try to swing it at the second Fletcher, the one.
Oh,
that's
hell yeah.
standing.
So Warp is kind of like trying to scoop up Peggy and bring her away from danger, while Rose immediately dips down, grabs the empty bottle, and takes like the 2 steps forward to give you good momentum and try to slam that bottle into the side of Fletcher's head. I love that. Peggy, I would like for you to make a... I'm gonna let you choose strength or constitution. I would like you to roll that for me. It'll be your ×5.
They're the same, so
Okay.
I had to be so smart, didn't I?
Yeah.
Oh wait, how do I do that? Oh, just do.
Under your
have to roll-
×5 score.
Oh no, I did not get. Wait. No, I did not get it. I got a 70.
Okay, so Warp, Peggy is no help at all. You kind of scoop her
Sorry.
off the couch and it's just like dead weight, but you're doing your best to try to move her out of immediate danger. Rose,
Go.
what would you like to roll to swing this bottle?
Well, would you consider that melee weapon?
If you
Or
want to
is it
argue
unarmed
something
combat?
else, if you want to argue whatever you're most skilled in, it'll just kind of be how it plays out.
I am more skilled in unarmed combat, and I wouldn't necessarily consider a bottle in itself a weapon, so I'm gonna say...
Sounds fair to me. Let's do unarmed.
Okay.
And you guys say I'm mean.
That is 32 under 40.
Nice. What is bottle damage? Let's see.
Oh, good question.
Probably a D100, I think.
Yeah, D100 times like 5.
That
for
seems
sure.
fair.
Yeah, is it like... So regular unarmed is 1d4 -1, right? Pretty sure it's something like that. Let's just do
Yeah,
a
that's
d4.
unarmed.
Yeah, a d4 sounds great, because you have that like extra shattering of glass. 4?
4. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay. So what does this look like, Rose?
Like, Rose panics. Just, it's not even like an actual cognitive thought to do this. She is just so triggered by everything that has happened today and by this person, and just immediately just picks up the bottle, not even noticing that there's two of the same people. Like, that has not even entered her head. She just sees threat to herself, sees threat to her friends, sees threat to Peggy, and just goes and like knocks him over the head with the bottle, and almost seems shocked when she actually manages to hit. Like, not even fully comprehending what she just did.
Yeah, the glass shatters. You see a couple pieces actually stuck in his face, and his head kind of like turns, and then he just looks directly straight back at Cross. Wendigo and Cross.
I imagine that when the gunshot went down, I would have dropped to the floor. How close am I to the shard that Cross kicked?
Pretty close. I mean, you'd be able to
Grab it?
Yeah, you'd be able to grab it.
I'm gonna grab it and come up at the one that that Rose just hit and try to stab this agent.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah,
Yeah,
with the
go
shard.
For it. Go for it. I think that one will be melee.
That's a hot 9 under 50.
Ooh. Yeah, let's do a d4 for that too.
Okay.
Plus magic damage. Something magic of the
1 damage.
Plus shard damage. Plus
Shard damage. I'm pretty sure.
Plus sanity damage because he's on the mirror.
This Wendigo's very scary.
Wendigo, I'm gonna have you make a luck roll. Roll a percentile dice, 50-50 chance.
Oh, this is my turn to do a
21.
21, okay. It does not cut your hand as you are, shoving this shard of glass in. You feel it puncture, but he just doesn't react. He's just looking straight at Cross.
What? What?
Why is he so obsessed with me? Oh, fuck.
Cross, what would you like to do?
I mean, I think I wasted my turn with the dodge, so...
Yeah, I'll say you can move if you want to. You just forfeited
I would
your
like
action.
to move, please.
Where would you like to go?
I'm assuming... I'm hoping the layout is like I got shot and sort of fell on a couch. Can I just tumble on the other side of the couch and stay down there?
Sure. Yeah.
Just so that it's more difficult for them to shoot me next time. Cool.
Yeah, I'll say absolutely. You take cover behind the couch as like Peggy's being pulled off the couch and pulled away. Yeah, for sure. Perfect.
Yeah.
Peggy. You are being pulled away from danger. You hear the gunshots and the stabbing and the glass shattering happening behind you.
I think that one of the reasons it was so difficult for Warp to move me is because I'm pulling the other way, especially when I see Rose trying to get into the fight with go into a gunfight with a bottle. But I know that the English make their tea very hot, as the Irish do, and the Americans don't understand that. So I'm going to lunge for the teapot. And is it metal or glass?
I was envisioning the coffee carafe, like the glass one.
Then I would like to okay, is this like a material that I think would shatter, or is it sturdy? I want to try to play on this.
You think if you hit hard enough, it will shatter. Mechanically,
Right.
if you succeed, it will shatter.
I'm going to try to throw it in such a way that like it would propel some of the hot liquid out, but also I'm going to release it so that it will also. I'm aiming for the one that Rose threw the bottle at.
Yeah. What do you want to roll for this?
I think I would like to do an automatic hit.
Oh, okay.
I mean, everyone's doing
Should've
unarmed
done that
combat,
too.
so I could do that.
I was like, wait, we
Or,
can do that? What
didn't see
special
that.
skill you got?
I
What's
have
on the
an
second
automatic
page?
hit card. I found it in the mansion.
I have the multipass.
Should I just do? I mean, I have firearms. I have unarmed combat. I don't know what the other attacks are.
How's your dexterity?
It's not great because I'm going almost last. It's 11.
What's your dex times 5?
55.
Okay, that gives it more than a 50-50 chance. Roll dexterity, because this is
Half
a very
baked.
precise thing you're trying out.
Yes. Oh God, come on.
I mean, you got more than a 50-50 chance.
I got to 32.
Hell yeah. Okay, so with this succeeding, tell me what you want this to look like. Like, how does this work?
It's ugly, but and it probably hurts her a great deal because she can't really engage her core very well right now. So she's very heavily bandaged because of the wounds and then the quick surgery. So she kind of falls forward onto the coffee table, holding herself up, and then just she picks it up with both hands and throws it full force at the guy, and because then she's using both of her hands, promptly like falls over, probably down beside the coffee table.
I'll say, Agent Warp, since you were helping, if you wanted to, since you didn't have much of like an action before, you can absolutely keep Peggy like steady and keep her from falling over. Yeah, so you're still held up, but you do feel like, Warp, you're holding the majority of her weight after she throws.
And there's an audible ah!
Ooh, okay, that was great. Don't do it again. Maybe.
It hurt. Ow.
And you see, I mean, it's like steaming as soon as it comes out of this container. The glass shatters. You see burns, like the reddening of the skin already on the side of the face and on the arm, and he's just still staring directly across.
What is happening?
Okay.
So you said it's an open concept, so I can see all this bullshit. Great.
Yes.
Could I roll occult to see if I've ever heard of like whatever the fuck this is?
Sure. Yeah, sure. Go for it.
Before because I have an idea, but oh yeah. It's not a super success, but it's a success.
Okay, so I have to think about 1922.
Yep.
Okay.
And to be clear, it doesn't have to be so much like, what do I know about clones or whatever, but like, clearly these things are supernatural because they're identical, because I have trauma about these people, this person, whatever. How their flesh is reacting to stuff, maybe? I don't know, like, something in that area, maybe? Well, would it be useless if I hit them with a fucking frying pan, you know? Like, that's the important question. Or should I stab them? Which one are they more susceptible to?
We've bludgeoned, we've already stabbed, we've hot watered.
Yeah.
We need to set them on fire, but just set them on fire. Who got the flamethrower? Who brought it?
Listen, I'm in the kitchen. I'm sure there's something in here that could set them on fire.
Just a pilot light, and just like, get over here, and then just...
Bottle of vodka, Mapine, and a lighter. Fucking Molotov.
Yeah.
Easy.
Here we go. Yeah, Carrie, we're making a Molotov cocktail.
Great.
You want one?
Sure.
Yeah.
Glug, glug, glug.
Stalling.
All right. Okay. So, what I would like to do is find some kind of accelerant, whether that's lighter fluid under the sink, whether that's some kind of oil in the cabinet, whether that's vodka, whatever, and chuck it at him so that in preparation to then set him on fire. That's the goal.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I will say, if you're just like tearing open the cabinets under the sink, there are normal everyday appliance, like kitchen supplies under the sink, what do you grab?
I'm trying to think of my kitchen. Because Emily wouldn't know any of this stuff. Something that looks like what
If you want to
burns
leave
on-
it up to chance, you can just grab something, and we can
some
roll
kind
later.
of something that looks like a cleaning fluid bottle, I guess.
Perfect.
That might be something that no, you know what? She's fucking smart. She would see that they have little like symbols on them and something that has a little fire on it.
Okay.
That. She goes
Like,
for
I
that.
don't know what the fuck this is, but you're about to wear it.
Exactly. It says there's fire.
All right, that's gonna be a
Yeah.
dex as well for that.
Right. That's gonna be awful, but it's fine. Oh no, that's a fail. That's a fail.
What is it?
Oh, it's 10 over.
Is it
50.
Is it like what's the number?
64 over
Okay.
50.
Just checking, because remember, if you roll like double numbers.
Oh
that's
yeah,
critical.
no, it's not doubles.
So,
yeah, no, not doubles.
In that case, would you prefer if it busted open or if it stayed closed?
Bust it open, because then at least the floor is gonna set on fire.
Okay. So as it slams down, it even like kind of hits like the side of the leg, but just kind of tumbles over, and the lid must have been just loose enough to where it now starts just spilling on the floor
Great.
itself. Is that your turn?
I'll hide behind the fucking island or something. I don't know.
Perfect.
And like rummaged for matches.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
got your matches.
Hyde, you're up.
Crossroads.
Whew. Ah, so many things. So little time. I think if Hyde has Fletcher one subdued, I want to do a thing where I try to both disarm him and then make him a meat shield for me.
Okay. You want to do unarmed combat for that?
Sure. Yes.
Beautiful.
Ooh. Success with an 11.
Oh, okay, yeah. So what does this look like?
I have his hand up to the ground. Man. Yeah. Okay. So if I have a hand on his the gun that he has armed, then I'm going to just kind of like grapple him and like flip him, where then I become like I put his arm into a backlock, so now I'm behind him, and then I can easily grab the gun, and now I have the gun, his gun in my hand, holding that, and now assessing the situation because I know that there's a third person who's yet to enter the door. So I have my gun pointed at the person entering the door to cover
Perfect.
that.
I'll say, with that critical success, do you want to fire at the person that is coming through the door?
Abso-fucking-lutely. Pop off
Great.
on sight. Oh, fuck, that's a success with a 29
Damn.
out of 40. 8 points of damage.
Yeah, and as you fire, it hits like right. You've probably get ready for collarbones, everyone. You probably snap the collarbone itself, and you feel the bullet like rip out of the other side. You see the body react physically, and then straighten back up and look in your direction. But that was
Great.
Yeah. You see blood beginning to like spill out, and now, let's see. Who do I want to start with? The Fletcher number one, the Fletcher that you are grappling. You hear him speaking, but he doesn't seem to be speaking to you. He is actually looking. He's kind of like scanned this room now that he is in this grapple, and he looks to Rose, who is probably the only survivor that he can actually see currently. With Peggy kind of being pulled away, and with Emily hiding in the kitchen, he looks directly at Rose and he says, "I thought you might figure it out down in the pit. I didn't have high hopes for you, though." You didn't all make it, did you? And he kind of like looks around. The creature can have quite an appetite. And then he slams his head backwards to try to headbutt Hyde. Ooh, that's a 22. That is a critical success.
Question.
I deserve
Yes.
it. So I know Adam used his action, like canceled his turn to do a thing as like a reaction. Would I be able to do that to save someone else?
Because I like it, I'll say yeah. Usually it's just for for you to dodge an attack, but I'll say yeah. If you want to forfeit your action for a reaction, do it.
Just logistically, so you've got your arm around him, he's trying to headbutt you. I would say out from under, because Emily's been digging through these cabinets. Maybe she found like a skewer or like grabbed a knife from the countertop or whatever. She crawls and just stabs him in the calf or something to try to distract him.
Hell yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, make an unarmed
Unarmed or melee? Because it's
melee. Yeah,
something,
sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure thing.
Hey, dice, don't fuck me. Where did you go? No. Okay. Where did my melee weapons go? That was a 51. Under 53. Jesus Christ.
So I'm gonna say, because this is a reaction, you're not gonna deal damage.
Mm-hmm.
But you do like stab in, you feel it ripping the cloth and like skin. It definitely stabs in, but it's not dealing any actual damage. It does distract enough to where or your lunging kind of gave Hyde a moment to kind of look towards you and see that he's shifting his weight to move backwards, and Hyde, you're able to duck out of the way. His head does hit your head, but it's not a headbutt that'll hinder you in any way. Okay. The other one that is standing pretty close to Rose, that has been smashed in the face with a bottle, stabbed with a piece of glass, and burned with hot liquids, is still staring at Agent Cross, or staring towards where Agent Cross dove behind the couch. You can see the skin getting redder and redder from the burn, and without being able to see Cross anymore, he just looks Rose directly in the eyes. And he says, "You have so many things wrong, you know? You think cause always comes before effect, when they're happening simultaneously all at once. You can't stop what's coming because it's already been here." And he trains his gun to Rose and fires.
Can I do a similar thing where I shoot him in the knee without doing any damage, just to like, I don't know, so he doesn't hit her or something?
Yeah, you can give it a shot.
Okay, I have to protect these people. Ah, yeah, that's a 3, my guy. Under 70.
Brings up the gun, and Rose, you hear a gunshot and you know you're dead. There's this moment where you're like, this is it. And then you blink and you see Jeremiah Fletcher fall down to one knee, and his gun fires, but it slams into the couch on the other side. Cross, the bullet slams through the couch pretty near to where you are, but you popped up, shot him in the knee, and popped back down.
Like, maybe he expected me to go up, and I went down on the ground and then shot him in the knee, and I was like, "You've always been bad at your job," and then I shot him in the knee.
The third Jeremiah Fletcher, that has just been shot in near the neck, takes the few steps towards the door, but I'm gonna say, with the strange grappling situation that's happening with Hyde and Fletcher 1, he's not really able to get into the door itself. So instead, you watch as he's heading up towards the door, he just shifts over, walks over, and you hear one of the windows shatter as he is popping in through the window. and he's gonna fire at Agent Wendigo.
That's valid.
Agent Wendigo, would you like to dodge?
No, I don't think I see it. I don't think I'm more concerned with the guy in front of me.
Fair
I don't think
enough.
I'd see it.
You're going to take all right. You're gonna take 6 points of damage as you hear a gunshot and you feel just right into your side. As he's not even like trying to climb into the window. You see he has just propped himself up at the window to get perfect view of everyone. And the one that was staring Rose in the eyes just leans forward a little bit to look at Rose. Let me ask you, when you wake up each day, how do you know you're on the same side of the mirror you were on when you went to sleep? How do you know? And with that, Rose and Warp, you're up.
I'm just gonna sit there shaking. When the bottle smashed, do I have like half a smashed bottle in my hand, like with sharp edges?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna. I've got your cause and effect right here, you piece of shit, and I'm gonna stab him.
All right, go for it.
That's a 78.
As you bring your arm up to stab, his hand just comes up and grabs onto your wrist, and he's just holding onto your wrist and just looking into your eyes. What would you like to do?
How far away am I from this? I think I tried to move Peggy from the other side of the room.
Is Peggy still resisting, or is Peggy now allowing to be?
Oh, I'm allowing now. I'm allowing.
Okay.
That
I would
last
say-
move was not smart.
Yeah, I'd say you can get Peggy like into this hallway, maybe even like just right inside of like the bathroom door, and be back in the situation if you'd like.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to run her in the bathroom. Hey, there's no shame in being the person that hides in the bathroom. I'll be right back. And run back out, but she's turned her spindle to sports mode and is heading towards what she just saw with Rose.
Perfect. Would you like to
Use it?
do anything? Yeah, would you like to do anything with that?
I want to step. Okay, if he's over Rose with his like focus going downward and his like neck downward, I'd like to stab him right at the underneath the skull. If I can just sort of and use the flat part of the spindle.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's roll that.
Okay.
Melee, I'm assuming?
That's a 2.
Okay, give me some damage.
Okay, I did not think I was going to be hitting things today. Here to take notes. 2 points damage.
Okay. So in this moment, Agent Warp runs up. What does it look like? You successfully do this. So what does everyone else see?
It looks like I don't think Warp ever moves in a way like she's about to be violent. I think she just moves quickly, like she's trying to get through people, and you just see her stop, and her face is void. Like the whole time she's been like, "You're welcome," and for the first time it's like, "No, this is different," and pushes it in like it belongs there, and just moves behind to make sure that Rose is still alive.
Okay.
But dead in the face.
Yeah, and as you push, you all hear this audible like crunch, and Jeremiah Fletcher goes limp. You have
Are you
killed him.
okay?
Thank you.
Yeah. She like rips it out of his neck and offers her hand.
Rose will take it with the hand that doesn't have the bottle in it.
Is Peggy okay?
Yes. We should go to her now. I think that'll do it.
Yeah. And I'm gonna start slowly backing away.
All right. Cross, what would you like to do? I guess any movement or anything like that.
Is it possible for my movement to be flicking my lit cigarette at the little splashy part that Emily threw? I move over there and then drop my cigarette and then move. I say something cool and he's like it.
Honestly, that's just like every action movie to the gas can ever.
What if I miss terribly? It'll be really funny.
So, okay, so the one that it was mostly by is dead.
Right.
But if you would like to just walk up to it, say whatever it is that you think Cross would say at this point in time, and drop the cigarette on it, we could see what happens.
Well, yeah, if it's not even there, then it's like, God, what's the point? They broke the window. Do we have shutters on the windows that I could throw closed, or blinds? Because at least if I throw blinds or something, they don't know who they're shooting at. So
I mean, there are curtains.
Cool. I would love to just like throw the curtains so that that person
Just
on the
rush
outside
up
of
and
the
be like,
window-
"Ah."
Yeah, just like run up, like throw the curtains, put my back against the wall, basically.
Okay.
Just doing that
Sure.
With the
Fair
rest.
while I'm lighting a new cigarette.
enough.
Almost like, okay.
Agent Wendigo.
He's going to crawl away from this dead body and into the hallway because he needs
Okay.
he needs a little bit of he's hurting and he doesn't know what to do.
All right, and Rose was heading there as well, right? To head towards Peggy? Yeah, so you're both kind of like spilling into the hallway currently. On Peggy's turn, Rose could arrive to the bathroom.
I'm definitely trying to see if there's anything useful in this bathroom. Like maybe any like hidden weapons under the toilet, like tank, or maybe even just some drugs for my pain or something. I'm trying to find anything that might be useful. And also, is there a mirror in here that is detachable in any way?
There is no mirror in this house.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And as for anything useful, anything medical was taken out of here earlier to help you while you were unconscious.
Oh, this is that bathroom. Okay,
Yes.
so I want to feel around just to see if there's anything hidden, like any kind of weapon, or anything
So-
that can be used as a
Yeah.
weapon.
We did bring in a duffel bag, which had a bunch of shit. I
Yeah,
don't
the
know
duffel
if that
bag
could
is
be
in the living room.
there. Oh, fucking
Okay.
nuts. Okay.
It was mentioned, it was already established in the scene already, so Rose, you enter the bathroom as Peggy is kind of hunched a little bit from the pain of throwing and is trying to look around for stuff.
Hey,
Oh my God, are you right?
yeah, are you?
I don't know. I just was thinking fast. I think it was adrenaline, and then I couldn't really do anything else after that. I think I'm bleeding again.
Why don't you sit down? I don't think you can really do anything helpful in there right now.
I can't just do nothing.
I think Wendigo got shot. Maybe we can help staunch the bleeding there.
Are there still 3 of them?
No. One of the new agents, they stabbed the one that I was on with a sharp thing.
Oh, I saw that. It was a spindle.
Oh,
I knit, so I've seen those before.
well, I think that killed it, or well,
Where did she stab it?
Through the neck, through the like, yeah.
Just like the monsters.
Yeah.
They had to be killed by severing the head, neck.
I don't think it was completely severed, but that's where she drove it through.
Right. What? Do you have any? We don't have any weapons. I don't know what to do.
And at this point, Wendigo is kind of crawling towards the bathroom itself. You see a wound and blood. And Emily O'Hara, you're up.
So I don't have a turn, but I will back the fuck up back to the kitchen.
Perfect. Yeah, scurry backwards. Take that cover behind the countertops. And Agent Hyde, you are up.
If I've seen that Warp was successfully able to kill Fletcher with the spindle and that there's no current threat inside there, I'm just going to point blank kill the Fletcher in front of me.
Okay.
Point blank.
I'll say, yeah, you have him in a grapple. You don't even have to roll for it. You just put the gun up and...
Yeah, this is sort of like right by the base of the neck, instant pop. And then I'm repositioning myself to try to get in a better position for the window and pointing the gun at the window to cover, and then tell everybody that we need to move out of the living room. And that's it.
Beautiful. Perfect. And as you are saying that, I would like for everyone that is in the living room to roll dexterity for me.
I assume the kitchen counts.
I'm gonna
Reroll.
I'll give you advantage, Emily. Roll twice. Take whichever one is better.
That's a success with a 17.
Yeah, success with 26 under 65.
Success with a 10.
Yeah.
Wow. Successes all across? Holy shit, that's amazing.
We're dexterous people.
Yeah, so there's this moment where Fletcher is just executed from Hyde. Body crumbles. It's almost like as soon as you pulled that trigger, it didn't matter anymore. And it just crumbled down to the floor. Your attention was immediately on, there's one more threat outside. And you begin to position yourself to better see the window and the door to see which way he's going to choose to come through. And then, let's see, Cross, you were closest to the window from closing the curtains. You see, ding, ding, dropping down a grenade. And as Hyde is shouting, "We need to get out of the living room," you see that fall. Does Cross shout anything? I think it's noticeable enough that all of you see it, and that's how you have this reaction, but...
I just think, fuck.
Fuck. And I think in this split moment, Cross, your attention was on, hiding behind the couch for so long. You just sprint to get back behind that couch. Emily is already kind of back behind, doesn't really see it, but is braced already for whatever is going to happen. Explain Warp and Hyde's success with this.
I think Hyde has had their fair amount of grenades thrown at them, so they are very aware of hitting immediately to the deck. And wherever they are, just down, head, hands over head, just trying to protect themselves.
Ooh.
If I have time to call a grenade, I will, but I don't think there is.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What about Warp?
Warp has had enough drills about grenades to, if she's standing behind the fallen, I think Fletcher number 2, she's going to tuck up under him.
Okay.
And wait.
Yeah, you immediately take that cover. Agent Hyde, I would like for you to roll another firearms roll for me.
No success.
You had to fail something, so it's fine.
Yeah.
You guys have been rolling hot tonight.
Yeah.
So I think as soon as you see this, you know to hit the floor And when you dive, you actually kind of dive out the front door, the open front door, land on your side, and you see Fletcher number 3, having thrown the grenade in, turns and is taking off running down the street. You immediately bring up your gun and fire, but miss. And he's too quick. He is leaving the area. The grenade goes off. You hear this loud ringing in your ears. The rest of the window, whatever glass wasn't out before, shatters down. Pieces of the wall split and splinter. And then eventually, it's all quiet except for the ringing.
Part of Hyde wants to run after this fool, but I know better than to leave my team behind. So I'm gonna draw my gun up, and then I'm gonna re-enter into the room, determine whether or not every threat has been completely neutralized.
Fletcher number 2 was greatly impacted by the grenade. There's not a lot of him left. Fletcher number 1, the one that you executed, is still mostly intact and is, dead.
Okay. So as far as I know, we are more or less safe currently.
Yes.
Where's Cross?
I sort
from
of
behind the couch.
I sort of stand up. I sort of fucking look around. All right, we gotta get in the car. And
Hyde is annoyed as shit while you're getting your bearings. Hyde's gonna grab you by the shirt and slam you up against the wall.
Buy me a drink first.
When you see a grenade, you call grenade.
Okay.
You put everybody in danger because you're not paying the fuck attention. If you're supposed to be security or an agent here, fucking tighten up.
Because I didn't anticipate them throwing a grenade through the window?
Yeah, because you didn't anticipate a grenade going through the window.
I also didn't anticipate 3 Fletchers walking through the fucking door. Get out of my way. And I push them. And then just be like, everyone, we gotta get in the cars. We gotta get the fuck out of here.
And at this point...
When to go?
At this point, Agent Warp and Hyde, which one of you has the burner phone?
I'd probably have the burner phone.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't know you don't mess with Hyde.
I'm gonna get beat up.
That's a big mistake.
Don't do that. We need t-shirts that just say don't fuck with Hyde. Don't fuck with Hyde. So, Hyde, the burner phone now rings in your pocket.
I immediately answer it. Eyes like following Cross where the fuck he's going because I'm just so fucking pissed. But I pick up the phone without checking to see who it is.
It's just one word, and it's a question. Update?
Working on it. Ran into some trouble.
Did you find everyone alive?
So far, I have to reassess.
There's like this moment of like this is not a relationship by any means, or are you okay? But you kind of hear this like, well, what the fuck is going on kind of tone as okay, well, I have new orders.
Go.
I need the 2 of you and Cross and Wendigo to investigate the Mars Corp facility, the empty one, the one that looks abandoned. There has to be more information in there somewhere. We need a thorough search, and I need your eyes in case we can't trust their eyes, if you understand what I mean.
Absolutely. And the packages...
Waiting for further assessment.
All right.
As for the facility, destroy it when the investigation is complete.
Sure
And
thing.
Cross and Wendigo's involvement is not optional, but do not bring the friendlies.
Copy
put them
that.
somewhere safe.
Copy that. If they say nothing else, then I hang up.
Yep.
I'm getting the cars ready. I guess checking on everyone, seeing if people are injured, probably getting them assessed. Even though I'm like bleeding a lot out of my arm, I'm checking, making sure everyone else is ready. I probably don't really recognize that I've even been shot for a while until I guess we're getting ready to get everything and get out as quickly as possible. That's what I'm trying to do.
Am I correct in saying that the only person without an injury besides the new members is Emily?
Yep.
Cool.
I don't know how. However, on that note, I would like to roll a sanity check to see if she actually is capable of helping at this moment or if she's just washing her hands.
Wonderful.
That's a fail with 45. So when Agent Cross comes to check on Emily, does the sink still work? It better work because she's trying. And she is just aggressively like surgical washing her hands like up to her elbows sort of thing and just kind of muttering to herself.
I think Rose and Peggy are probably both trying to help Wendigo staunch bleeding from his gunshot wound.
Wendigo is pretty messed up. This is the first time he's ever been shot, and he's sort of leaning in the hall, and he's almost like chuckling to himself because he has no idea what he's going to tell his wife when he gets home. How did he get this wound? What is going on? He's just chuckling and laughing and sort of like delirious at this point because he is bleeding and he does not know what's going on.
Is he saying any of this aloud, or is he just...
No, he's just laughing. He's just laughing.
I was gonna say, I think you hear the laughing for sure. And if there is muttering even, it's just nothing you can... It's not coherent.
I think Peggy is probably just like grabbing toilet paper, whatever she can, ripping his shirt since he got hit in the side to kind of like pack that in and wrap it the best that she can. Stop laughing, you silly bugger. It's going to make you bleed more.
I'm sorry. Is
You're in shock.
that what it is? Okay.
Yes, you're going to be all right. You need to take some deep breaths, and we need to get you some water, and you'll be fine. It's not that bad. It went clean through.
Okay.
I just decided that it went clean through. So
Agent Cross and Agent Hyde, you are noticing, you hear the sound of police sirens in the distance, and there are a few people that are like looking out of their windows at the houses nearby.
Where can we go?
I sort of get to the car. Any ideas? We don't have any.
Load everybody in the car, and we'll go from there.
That's
I'm gonna
my
look
thoughts, exactly.
I'm gonna go look for Warp.
Warp is still under a dead man, I believe. It's just like, I think, yeah, it's just been like breathing.
Yeah, I'll push the body off. I'll pick Warp up. I'll do an assessment of their well-being without touching them.
Hyde, will you make an alertness roll?
Absolutely. Success with an 80.
Okay. As you are moving this body out of the way, as the neck kind of slumps over, you see what looks like the beginning of some sort of tattoo. And as you kind of push the body out, you just pull the collar of the shirt down to see it a little better. You see what looks like a serial number. 000158 JMMF.
I tell Warp to take that number down.
Got
I
it.
need it. We need to go. Sirens, you know the drill. We gotta get out of here.
Okay.
So help whoever needs to get in cars, and we need to find another place to go. Hotel, room, anywhere we can go.
I'm up and I'm going towards the bathroom. If I don't see anyone else, did I see anyone from your team go into the bathroom? I don't think I did.
Well,
Okay,
I mean,
cool.
you put Peggy in there, so
Yeah.
you knew that we were in that general direction, and you told me to go there.
Okay, cool. Then I'll just head in there, open, see there's a new person that's been shot on the floor. Okay, we're leaving. Does anyone need... stupid question. Let's go. And starts to try to lift whoever needs help standing. The both of you, if she can. Rose, a little help?
Oh, yeah, I'll help Peggy if you want to help Wendigo. I don't think he's doing so good.
Yeah. Does Wendigo have a belt?
Yes, he would have a belt.
And you've been shot on your side.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, it's not great. There's not much to do if you're walking, but a little pressure is fine. And just starts to, like, unless you disagree, will start to move the belt over the gunshot and tighten it up. Let's go. Arm over the shoulder. Cops are coming. We gotta go quick.
As we're walking out, I point to my duffel bag, and I want to also get the shard out of number 2.
I grab both if I can. Start heading to the car.
As we're kind of like walking into the car, I don't know if we get into the same car, Peggy is just asking Wendigo, how did you find us here anyway? I don't think I don't think we talked about that before in all of our haste the last episode, did we?
Nope, a lot happened last episode. You didn't really get to talk about it.
How did you find us?
He thinks back in his stupor here, and he relates a message about where I came back to pick up Cross. We searched an empty building, no lights, no nothing, just dust like it hadn't been used in years.
What do you mean? It was dilapidated?
Abandoned. No lights, no power, no nothing.
Hearing this, she looks at Rose and like back and forth between the two of them, and she's like, that man, whatever it was, they said, what side of the mirror are you on? Have you ever thought about that? Which side are you on? Are you on the right side? What if when we were there, it was another time again, and what time is this? Are we on the right side now? Or were we on the right side then?
And I think at that, you're being moved, to the vehicles. Everyone's being loaded into the vehicles, probably with like Warp and Hyde and Cross kind of like pushing most of that movement. Everybody gets into a vehicle of some sort, and the car doors shut, and the camera is kind of like pulling up into more of a bird's eye view as you're not really sure where you're going just yet, but one vehicle pulls off, the other one begins to follow, and the camera kind of just continues to pan out until the vehicles disappear. And that is where we are going to end this episode.
No! I refuse. I refuse. We're going to keep playing.
What a fun way to meet people.
Look, there's a lot going on right now, okay?
to the bathroom. There's no toilet paper. Make a sanity check.
Why am I higher than you, Adam? Why am I higher than the agents? You all are supposed to be.
Adam's a computer scientist. I don't know.